Yes, welcome back to B.A.A.D.A.S.S Us. Yes, that's right. That's who we are. B.A.A.D.A.S.S Us, Real Talk here on Vision and Purpose Media Productions. And it's time to say hello to everyone. Our co-hosts is all in the building. Rasheen White, yay! Marjorie Militant, yay! Belinda Stevenson, yay! Yes, guys, how you all been?
Yeah, doing well.
Yes. Well, Rasheen, this first half, it's all about you and your special guest. So let's dive into it because it's all about community speaks, right? Yeah. And I am just so pleased to have this special guest in the house. I know him personally, and we have been working in the community a lot together. So I am just ready. I'm ready. Let's do it. So I'll let you do all the honors.
Yeah, we do have a guest who's been very engaged in the community. He's doing a lot of transformational things. And we're happy to have Sean Alden here on the show with us today. But we appreciate you for coming. You know, you've been engaged in a lot of community partnerships throughout Prince George's County, Maryland, and even in some aspects across the country. Just tell us a little bit about some of those partnerships, some of those projects, and also your project that you started, Mountain Foundation.
Yeah, so, first of all, glad to be here with you guys. I think what you're doing here is amazing. But so many people know that formerly I was the mayor. As the mayor in the town of Capitol Heights, you find that yourself, that you may be a little limited in what you can do. So we founded the Mountain Foundation, which is just a way that we can have direct impact into the community without a lot of red tape that you have with government. So yeah, that's the main project that we're on, the Mountain Foundation. You know, educational services, we've done giveaways, and particularly when the pandemic first started, we were one of the first ones out, making sure that we provided services to the community. So that sort of work.
Yeah, you recently embarked on, getting engaged in health disparities in Prince George's County. I know we all believe that health disparities, we see at McDonald's on every corner, we see a liquor store on every corner.
Oh my gosh,
We
yes.
just saw that a couple of weeks ago.
Don't get me started.
But you've been really working to try to change some of that. Tell us a little bit about how you've been engaged in that.
It's interesting because, for so long, when you have done something a certain way, you don't even realize that you have an underlying problem budding. And so that's what kind of happened with me. So it's personal. I, from a young age, I was the type that I could eat a whole box of pizza and then turn around and eat a whole bunch of wings. And so that kind of stuff, that lifestyle, if you will, takes a toll on you at a certain point. And so I ultimately decided that, you need to make a change. I was severely overweight, and so I became a vegan. And not only a vegan, but more what's called a nutritarian. It's a concept that was founded by Dr. Joel Furman. You may have heard of him.
Who is he again? What's his name?
Dr. Joel Furman. Okay. He is he's a New York Times bestseller 7 times. Really, he coined the phrase nutritarian, and it's all about eating in such a way that sustains your life, promotes your life. So there's no salt, no oil, no sugar. And when you start to talk like this, people go, "What?" I'd rather just die. Because it's not only that, right? It's more, right? It's no meat, no animal products whatsoever. And in addition to that, there's a phrase that he coined called G-bombs: greens, beans, onions, mushrooms, and berries, and seeds. So basically, if you eat these foods every single day, you'll see so much improvement in your health markers. And that's what exactly happened for me. I had high blood pressure, I had diabetes, but just about 2 months eating this way, 100% changed everything around. My numbers were perfect. Even my doctors were like, "What did you do?" And even people in the community, "You lost a lot of weight. What's going on?"
I was one. Yes.
And it's because, if we learn to change our diet, even more so than exercising, going to the gym, and working out real hard, learn to eat in such a way that gives you life as opposed to take your life away. So at any rate, so that's what I did, and so now I'm trying to, and I have been trying to, bring that same knowledge to the community in ways. I actually launched a campaign for Delegate District 24 with that as the main sort of goal, is to see how we can improve the health across the board. Because everywhere you look in our health markers, Prince George's County, we're at the bottom of the totem pole. We're doing really bad in terms of our health, diabetes, obesity, cholesterol, you name it. We have it, and we can make a small impact to improve that one by one. Say, let me run for office to see if we can make that change. Unfortunately, I got sick with COVID, and because I already had those underlying issues from a long time ago, COVID really devastated my kidneys. And so at this point, I'm trying to just recover and allow my body time to heal. And the doctors, when I went to the hospital from having the issues with my kidneys, the doctor said, it's amazing that you're still here, because your kidneys are really blown out, and your blood could have poisoned itself. But they said, but we don't have to start dialysis right away. Let's see what your body, because your body is healing itself pretty quickly. So that's where I'm at now. I know I'm going all over the place.
No. But we like when it's stories like this, because you are a true testament of what we say, about this. And especially, if I can just go back a minute, Rasheen, when we saying that you were in Capitol Heights, and everyone know that that's here in Prince George's County. Capitol Heights is one of the areas, as Rasheen said, that has such bad, carry-outs on every corner, the liquor stores and everything like that. So we even made sure that during our food drive that we target these areas, because, I hate to say it, I'm not going to mention the name, but one of my friends is a manager of one of these carry-outs, and she said that they made more money during the pandemic than they would any regular time. On one day, they drive-through made $44,000. And this is carry-out food. So, your message, we thank you for just explaining yourself and giving this message, because we need to understand it is about our health. We have to make, healthy choices, and I think... And I think because of you transitioning and was eating such a good diet, but even with COVID, that's why your kidneys, didn't fail you, and now able to start to heal itself. So wow, thank you, Rasheen, for letting me have that moment. Yeah,
and as we know that these are Prince George's County is at the bottom of health markers. Would you say somebody like Marjorie, myself, if we want to get in and actually help change some of these things, what would you suggest that someone in our community do? They tired of the rural farms in our community. They tired of the McDonald's, they tired of the smoke shops, the liquor stores, the carryouts. What would you suggest they go about helping change?
That's a good question, and I think, first of all, I'm no expert. But I will say that, as a business owner myself, you gotta have support. You're not gonna be able to attract businesses that supply that sort of stuff if you're not gonna be able to make any sales. People say, McDonald's, certain restaurants, certain fast food places, you can get something for $1. But if you're gonna eat more healthfully, it costs more. And
testament to that.
And because of that, I think we have to have our, which is again why I said, I need to run for office, because we need to have our government step in and say, we got to provide some subsidy, or we got to provide some support so that we can attract and incentivize businesses that are helpful to come to our area. Because of every corner, we can't survive off of McDonald's, Burger King, and Killer Fries. We can't do that. We have to have some food that we have to have some.
Yes, especially when they hot. Don't let them get cold on you, though.
Yeah, exactly. And so,
things like your regime asked whether or not, what can we do? And I think that sometimes in different communities we get so used to those things being there, people have to speak up too and say that they don't want those things.
I mean, I did dream from the rooftop.
and I would agree, not only speak up and say we don't want that, but also speak up and say, hey, bring us some other options.
Yes.
You know, let's have. We're the Whole Foods in our community. We're the health food stores in our community. We may have one. I think there's a vegan place, Everlasting Life, that's kind of in this area. You know, we should have more options so that we don't have to be limited to just eating these cheap and, you know, really unhealthy
Processed foods that cause
Yeah.
cancer,
Yeah.
diabetes, and other
No one talks about the psychological effects of eating a lot of that food.
Yeah,
Because the
it's
hormones that
mentally,
go into
yeah.
animals, how they're slaughtered, all that stuff goes into you, and people don't realize that diet, especially when you have young kids like that that's in the developmental stages, it really takes a toll on their bodies.
And I'm actually passionate about that too. When we start talking about young kids, because they don't have any options, right? They don't have any choice. As adults, we can take the trip and go a little further out, go to, maybe Montgomery County, go somewhere else and find some options. Or we know to go to the grocery store and go particularly into the produce section to get some things. But when kids, they just kind of fall suit of what's available to them.
And you get it when you're a parent and you're rushing around and off from work. It's easy to roll to McDonald's and get some of those chicken nuggets. You know, it's hard sometimes and then go home and cook. Unfortunately, because we live in this society where we're in this rat race. You know, and it's unfortunate.
And then I like the fact too, like you said, we need to have our government to step in with these pricing, because I just talked about this literally, 2 weeks ago. Why when I go to the grocery store, I got 2 bags and my bill $200. And somebody else got 5, 6 bags, chicken, pork chops, and all this sitting up here, and they bill is so much less, because and I have to shop every so often because I'm eating fresh food. So when you're getting fresh food, fruit, and you're getting fresh vegetables, it shouldn't cost so much. And I'm just upset about that when I walk out with 2, 3 bags and pay on the lid, and somebody had 10 bags and junk,
But that's another dilemma too, because you think about it, you have to buy food on a regular basis, because when you do go fresh, it goes bad quicker. So that's another dilemma for a lot of people, having to go to the grocery store once a week or more often. Yeah, that's another dilemma.
Yeah, when the price is so high, it's to the point now, I realize I have a backyard with dirt. I'm about to start growing my food. Only thing I may have to go to the grocery store, maybe not for much. Once you start growing cucumbers, tomatoes, kale, spinach, all of that, I may not need giant. Although like there's excuse my language, but there's a guy on YouTube I looked up, and he's in California, but his thing is grow some shit. And he says that wherever there's a plot of land, grow something. Why do we keep giving these big corporations all our money when we could grow some shit?
Hey, you see what Michelle Obama did? She was the first to go in the White House and no, we get ready to have a vegetable garden over here.
But that's one thing that's been, I can say, and I love your perspective on this too, but that's one thing over the last, I would say, 5 to 10 years, we've seen, which is great, we've seen community gardens.
Right.
We've seen fresh produce, people setting up shop in the parking lot. Now of grocery parking lots of retail stores. Where people, it was interesting. That's why I figured, when I get a house and I have a backyard, I'm gonna grow some stuff. There were a couple people there were selling vegetables from their community garden.
Or on the side of the road.
Growing this in your yard. I was like, yeah. You can have all these cucumbers, fresh.
Now, I have a question. Now. Are there food deserts in Prince George's County? I live in Montgomery County, so I don't know as much about Prince George's County as you all do. I know that in the district that there are, and my family, we've addressed some of that. But what about Prince George's County?
Sure, when you talk about food deserts, you're essentially saying how close to where you live is there accessible food, grocery store, etc. I know, for example, in Prince George and in Capitol Heights, we just recently got, which is actually in Seat Pleasant, but it's not far from Capitol Heights, a market. Just recently, we had Safeway a while in that shopping center, the Penmar. We had Safeway one way. And for a while, folks would have to travel maybe 20 minutes to go to the grocery store, which is difficult because people, senior citizens or people don't have vehicles, so they have to get in the bus. And just imagine, with one bag trying to, maneuver around on public transportation. So it just becomes difficult. So to answer your question, absolutely there are food deserts throughout Prince George's County, and again, I'm speaking from the perspective of Capitol Heights, but I take a bit of a different perspective on that. I'm not going to say that there are no food deserts. And I don't want to get in trouble here, get into any political discussion, but I think more than a food desert issue, we have an educational issue, because we can get what we want to get. When we want to go somewhere, we go. We get who we need to take us, and we go and get a ride. We got Uber, we got Lyft. So again, I'm not saying we don't have a food desert issue. I don't want nobody send me no emails and cuss me out. But at the same time, the problem is knowing when you go to the grocery store, making the right choices that's going to promote good health. Because like we were talking about, a lot of the processed foods is so much easier to get into, McDonald's is easier to get as opposed to learning to cook, growing your own food, and some of these other things. So.
Or prioritizing. That's what it boils down to. What's the priority? Your health, or having high blood pressure, being diabetic.
Yes, you're correct. It is prioritizing, but it's also addictions.
Oh yeah.
There's no difference between crack addiction and certain food addiction. The amount of sugar, salt that they put in the food, it would be, you would be amazed to find that on top. So they mask it, right? They put words like dextrose, ostrose, estrose, and we don't even know what it is, but it's basically just sugar, and it's replete within all of the food that we eat. And so we do got to go, like Rasheen, we got to go back to growing our own stuff. What if you can't pronounce it?
To have you to educate us. What is the base of your foundation, and how can someone get involved?
So the Model Foundation, we do a lot of projects. One of the projects that we're looking at doing is really helping to. So there's something called Blue Zones. Anybody remember Blue Zones? Blue Zones are those areas throughout the world where the folks live the longest centennials that live. Yeah. And so what we find is that those people that live in those blue zones, they have a certain way of living, a certain way of eating, right? Move more, eat less, eat more healthily, eat less processed. And so I want to really get into that with the nonprofit, the Mountain Foundation, really start to promote that. Because here, particularly when COVID hit, they were giving out food everywhere. But it was canned foods with sodium and all other unhealthy things. We need to figure out a way, put together systems where, yes, we're feeding our people, but we're not feeding them junk. So that, we'll give you food. You just need some food, we'll give you some food. No, give them something helpful so that they can actually be healthy. So some of these sort of issues is what I'm really looking at doing with the Malden Foundation. Folks can get involved with check me out on the website www.themaldenfoundation.com. That's MALDON foundation.com.
And is that an acronym for something, or what does that mean?
That's my last name, Malden. So the Malden
Foundation.
Foundation.
I love it. Guys, we have to take our first commercial break, and we'll be right back at you. B.A.A.D.A.S.S Us here on Vision and Purpose Media Productions.
It is key that you mind your mental health.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing this week? Hi.
Use the 5 keys to mental movement.
Really monumental week for me. I realized that I was not being myself.
Reaching out.
Be positive attitude person self, like you guys know me to be.
Staying upbeat.
And get back to that happy, cheery self you guys of me.
This week's been kind of
Being
stressful
creative.
because of all of the workload that we have on online learning. So I've been trying to use different platforms and different websites to help ease my mind and ease my stress.
And what about you, Margaret?
Well, you guys know me. I just love to work with others and serve them.
Serving others.
Is that when I serve others, my mind is off of myself.
That's right. And don't forget, self-care is key.
Self-care.
All right. So see you guys next week.
Right.
Bye.
Your mind matters.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to B.A.A.D.A.S.S Us. B.A.A.D.A.S.S Us, real talk here on Vision and Purpose Media Production. I know, don't make me laugh, Roshi. Yeah, so we have so much fun on the commercial break, and guys. On this half, we're going to be talking about community speaks. And that is the VNP Community Magazine. We are celebrating 2 years. It was our 2-year anniversary on Friday. And I'm so excited to have, this time that we can talk about that. But we would definitely, on the next half, have Meldon back. He has so much great stuff to share because that can be... we need to have this as a series. Which thing?
Definitely, most definitely.
Yeah.
Cook our food, what should we eat to reverse some of these illnesses. I'm definitely down with that. I think it's important.
So we definitely
Because the universe gives you everything you need, right?
Yeah.
You eat from the land, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ordering seeds from Amazon.
Yeah. I tell you, I wish I had the green thumb. I know
You don't need to do that on the garden. It's not like house plants.
Yeah.
I'm good at that.
Yeah, but still, you gotta go out there and water it and nurture it. And
But it's not like
But it's
not
sometimes
the
the
same.
same as the earth.
yeah.
Rain,
Yes, rain.
What you gonna go to water with a hole?
Girl, that's a lot of work. That's like work.
Just like, running a multimedia company with a magazine.
That's right.
Yeah, mention of that. Back to the anniversary. Yes, guys. So it felt good on Friday.
It was great.
Yes. And Roshan, we even actually featured you last year in our magazine too. The men edition that we did. It was just so wonderful. So, but let's start with you since you have been here and wow, make trouble. Since you have been here and wow.
Been here in spirit. My presence is still here.
She was called all the way back into the States. Want to know have we missed her? So yes, we have. So celebrating the 2 years of the magazine. So I just want to know, what does Vision and Purpose Community Magazine means to you?
It means, let me see. It means love. Because everything you do, or all of us do within this magazine, it comes with us. We are serving in the spirit of love, and you can just feel it. You can feel it when we here on Tuesdays, when you have a gathering like we did on Friday. There was so much love in that room, and you can literally feel it. It was just fun. It just felt like you were amongst friends. And I didn't know too many people in the room, but it just felt like you were with family. And that's not the word family.
Yes. And Marjorie?
I have to agree with Belinda too. That it did have. We always have something to give, and because we do, people keep coming back. Like Belinda, I didn't know very many people in the room, but I remember their faces. And then the thing that I remember that I noticed the most was that there were people of all ages. And everyone interacted well together and wanted to hear the other person's story. That's what we do at BNP. We tell stories. So allowing other people to be able to talk about each other's stories was cool. It was really cool.
Because you don't rush and leave.
Yeah, they don't.
That's not normal. Normally people be ready to go.
Yes. That's true. It's like, get outside. No, and that's for me, and that's what it means. It is all about love and being a positive voice for our community. And then with our subject matter, I must say that we strategically make sure that we pick the topics and columns that we're going to write on in there. And health and wellness is definitely one, because definitely in the Black community, we just, as the statistics show that, we the one that suffer with the most of the high blood pressure and diabetes. So I do love our health and wellness column that we have in there. And then also the new features, the community news flash, the community birthday, the community hero. And also, like I said, I got to bring Rasheen in now, just being able to write about the men, because we didn't want to be like known for Cosmo, or just all women magazine. So what do what did you feel about the magazine?
Well, I think I enjoyed the magazine, and I enjoyed participating in the men's edition. I actually developed some relationships out of just meeting those brothers at the photo shoot, that I still communicate with today that I didn't know. So that's helpful, one. But also, two, not to take away from my sisters, we love y'all to death, but, it's been the national spotlight has always been women. Women are the number one, Black women, the number one voters, Black women, which is no problem to us. I mean, we used to it, but, it's always good to see us struggle, because, society beats us down all the time, and we do. That's very true. We got to celebrate some of our brothers who out there holding it down.
Yes, and Rasheen supposed to be a writer with us now, so I'm putting him on the spot in front of the world.
Okay.
So you're gonna start writing for us?
I'll contribute. Yeah.
Yes.
Give away one of those 50 million articles that you be writing in the magazine.
I used to write for my college paper, so.
You can do this.
And so political awareness is definitely where I want him to be, because he definitely is an advocate out here just fighting for us to understand what we need to know about our government system and who we need to have in place to fight for our better rights and everything. So Rasheen,
I mean, just even today, we just found out from a judge like around 4:00 that the primary election is moved back. So
they did make the announcement today.
So they even pushed it back to like July, in the middle of July, when most folks on vacation. So do they really want voter turnout? So just little stuff like that. Community don't know.
Yes, and we've been hearing the rumor that they was going to do that, because all this redistricting and everything that was going on, just kind of now just making it. And I feel, for me, I just like, God, what about all the candidates who put the date on their literature? Oh my gosh!
Well, hey, the magazine, maybe they can advertise in the magazine to put the real date.
Yes, because they had June the date in there already. So so that was one of the big things. See, and this can be like a community news flash update too, that we need to know about it, as well as political awareness. So what is I would say, in your column that is it a certain guest, or what is a certain style writing that you like to give in your column? And can you say what your column is?
It's
community outreach.
Community outreach, yes. And I did the article on 3 women that I consider my heroes. Yes. It was disenfranchised and often unrecognized.
Yes.
So
it was beautiful.
I really enjoy writing that. So the question is where do I pull from, or what's my writing style, or whatever?
Yes.
I always do things, I tell you, on a cellular level. So I know you be rushing me to do the article because I'm always the last one, seem like it.
Oh, y'all. I'm not going to put you out there by yourself.
Because remember one time, I think it was this last time I was doing an article, and you was like, just write on this or something. Remember you told me that? You were like, just write on something. I was like, no, I have to feel it, because when you feel it, it flows. So I always write from a place of feeling, and I wait for that voice of God, I do. I wait for it because when it's in there, my writing just flows. But I need more than 500 words.
When when you go over, I don't say anything.
I know. I need about 1,000.
But one thing I'm going to suggest, because we always do make suggestions, we talk about what you're going to write about. So since next month, our next edition, May and June, is all about the men, and May is
mental health.
Where it's mental health as well, but it's also brotherhood. And so it's May is brotherhood, and then June is National Men Health Month. So we gotta have them back.
Yes.
So see how this series. Now we really can do it real big.
Yeah, we could. We could feature a lot. I mean, there's a lot of male nurses. There are male gardeners out here.
Yes.
Home care workers and
we
psychologists.
We
get the mental and the physical.
Yes, we're gonna have to talk. So and Marjorie, what about you? Because you're inspirational moment. That's your main column, and you're now picking up the community news flash.
Right, and I write from a place of inspiration. Whatever I write about, I try to inspire people to do better, to feel better, and mostly just to do better. And by doing that, I'm always coming up with a story that might come from my life or from someone I know, just to encourage people.
Yes, that is wonderful. So so Rasheen, what style of writing would you want to see in your column? Do you see how I'm throwing them in here, y'all? Because I'm claiming it. Next edition, he will be in it. So So what style of writing?
Have you read the Griot?
Oh yeah,
the Griot. It's like internet, catered towards black folks.
Oh yes.
But
I
love. I like sometimes but they do a lot of commentation on like current events, and their style of writing is like, I thought it was like cool. It's not fancy. It's really not journalistic. But it gives you a perspective, and it comes from a way you can understand, but it's so funny they incorporate slang in it, to the reader, and it's just so funny. They came up with
Tony.
They did one real popular one. They did was with the story Game of Thrones, and they started talking about white people in there, but the way they did it was different. It was real cool.
It's engaging.
But but that's the difference about the community magazine. We, like you said, because in the sports report, when I write in a sports report, you can't write in the sports report and be like, and today the football section going to be, because, we be like, football, let me tell you something right now, that's how it is, so.
We want people to be interested.
Yes. So, I always came
everybody not scholars. PhDs and want to read all these fancy words.
Yes, they want to break it up too, because I tell you, people always comment, they was like, Karen, you go crazy in your sports report. And, so and
football season.
Oh yes. Oh my God. Yeah. I know not to even call me on Sunday. Okay.
Are you a big football fan like that?
Yes.
I'm diehard.
Don't call
I would do virtual church in a heartbeat.
Yes, I'm telling you. And look, when I go in person, don't you dare run over at 12:30 because I gotta be home by 1.
You go to the early service. You go to the early service, and you get out there in time, and then you gotta prepare for football.
Yes. You can go home and take a nap, and then get up and watch your football when you go to the early service. That is so true. I'm telling you, I'm dead serious about my football.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. Oh.
And Karen, I can say too that I have been enjoying writing for the Community News Flash.
Yes.
Because it gives a perspective of something great about us as Black people.
Yes.
Whatever
yes.
current events are.
Yeah.
Or even things like suicide.
So, yeah, the
which are
setting.
not so great.
Yeah, we
But
talked
know
about that.
them. They're the same
Right.
thing we were talking about before about education.
Yeah.
So so I like that because like even what Rasheem said that it we can put in the current events and soon as we was get ready to go to press, I was like, Marjorie, no, we got to put in about the judge,
Right.
because that had just hit right
Ketanji.
before. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh my
Ketanji, yes.
God.
Oh, I was so excited.
I was like, we gotta put that in
Yes,
there,
most
So
definitely.
I thank you, Marjorie, for just real quick. I mean, she had to do it like real quick in a matter of hours just to
But
come
I
up with
enjoyed it.
something.
I enjoyed
Yeah, for we can, because I mean that's history, and I appreciate our president staying true to his word because that was all a part of his campaign,
Right.
even though he
That's
got
true.
so much pushback.
Yeah.
So I'm just excited, that
Now I wish he can do that $50,000 student loan.
Man, let me tell you.
Shout out.
Shout out to President
Man,
Biden.
if he
Take
does
one of
that,
student loan
re-election is guaranteed.
What you got true?
Democrats and Republicans got student loans.
Yes. Look, no matter how old he is, because everybody talking about his age right now.
I wouldn't care.
No, if I re-elect him, he gonna be older. But hey, if he doing things like this, he's
Right.
really, making sure he make a difference in the community, and that's what we want to do.
But that's a conversation to have because economically, when you're looking at student loans, it's been holding down communities of color than it does our white counterparts for.
Right.
From home buying
Definitely.
to
That's a game changer.
purchasing a car to investments to even just living a normal everyday life.
Exactly.
Yes. So how can we tell these more stories that need to be told that's coming from more of a national point of view that's affecting, like you said, I like what you just said because that is not only about Democrats, it's Republican and Democrat who don't have student loans.
Exactly. Oof.
So
That's a game changer. Maybe he'll do it closer to re-election to try to get back in there. That'd be
Yeah.
perfect. That's a game changer.
Well,
is-
maybe
is
we
definitely.
gotta kind of force his hand a little bit.
Yeah. That's true too.
how would we
You
do
know.
that? By what would be your strategy?
Then I would be writing letters.
Yeah.
Sending emails,
Yes.
Whether we got to do a rally in front of the White House.
We don't want to
we
be
gotta
seen as
trick-
insurrectionists.
Where we got to trick Joe and maybe invite Joe to a women's event.
Yeah.
They in there with a whole bunch of black women, but they come there with their student loan papers.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of us. That's right.
If you don't do something about this, then re-election ain't guaranteed.
That's right.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's not guaranteed now.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's a
Yeah.
good story. That's a good story for the next one.
Yeah.
Mm,
Get
it
rid of this
is.
forever debt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It is.
So that can even be news flash
Yeah.
or political awareness.
We can take it from both and then
Yeah.
it'll really be out there.
Because it moves us. If we tired of it, it's like, okay, now since we tired and sick and tired,
That's right.
we got to do something about it.
That's right.
That's true.
I love it. I love it.
agree.
I love it, guys. So, Belinda, what's next? Are you going to write on Brotherhood since that's going to be the next one?
I can.
And so then you'll get more than 500 words. So how about this? You can write on
Brotherhood from what?
Brotherhood
Just-
and mental health because
Yeah, because
mental health
that's
is
what I
really,
really prefer.
No, because we had said mental health
Yeah.
at first, but now I want you to add Brotherhood on.
Well, I'll do mental health
Of the
from-
brothers.
Of the brothers, yeah, because
Oh, yeah.
most definitely, a lot of people of color don't go and get therapy, but men especially, because it's all ego, So
I mean, I can say for a black man who decided to take therapy, it was probably the best.
Right.
It was the best copay decision I ever made. One, it's damn near free.
it is.
My health insurance pays for it.
Yeah.
But somebody that you can talk to that don't know you,
Yeah.
but
Help
that's
something.
trained
Right.
to
yes.
help you.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
You'll be in the therapy session. You come in there fine. Next thing you crying your eyes
Exactly.
Yes,
But
yes.
it always was
You
funny
feel
to
good
me.
afterwards.
I always
Yes,
wonder why.
yes.
I'm like, how do these strangers go up and just talk to people and tell them their life story? Because I get it all the time. But I get it. It's like a therapy moment. I don't know them, and it's no judgment.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
Right.
sometimes you just need that listening ear, and that's all a therapist is.
I mean, they're trained to take you places that you really aren't prepared to go. But when you go there, and once you come out of it,
True
it's
healing and understanding.
thought about it.
Yeah. Yeah, because
That's
sometimes half of the time it is about getting that true healing and true understanding. Because sometimes you'd be surprised how we just kind of put it off, and because out of sight, out of mind. It be deep down in you, but it shows. It still reflect out.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't even realize that it is
Because
until,
your
like you
behavior is
said,
normalized.
you up there going to a stranger. Next thing you know, you crying in the fetal position. Ooh,
Yeah.
with your finger in your mouth.
Exactly. Because I know for me,
mommy.
I realized that, a lot of times when you go to therapy, you're going for one thing. But then you realize it's a host of other things, and it's dated back. Like, you don't realize
to
how childhood, yes, and we normalize a lot of behavior within our childhood.
Well, we're taught to do that.
Yeah, or things that has been passed down through the African American generation.
We're always strong.
Yes,
we don't.
So you learn a lot when you go.
Yes.
Yeah,
And I
know
know
went for one thing.
For me, with my children, because they're millennials will go to therapy.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yes.
And I love that.
Yeah,
I love
it.
more for
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely a cultural thing. I mean, because when I let folks know that this is something that I was doing, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, exactly.
Because we have this
yes.
this stigma behind, or you have this thing where crazy looks a certain way, or whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
Oprah has a therapist. Obama has one. Michelle has one.
All the best.
But when you
it's
think
out there. But guys, we got to go ahead on and take this commercial break. I'm telling you,
Goes so
always
fast.
flies and run
Yeah,
out.
we need to change this to 90 minutes.
Yes. And okay, this get ready to be a sequel right here too. Mental health, it's always something big to talk about. And thank you for your honesty. So you're hearing it here first on B.A.A.D.A.S.S Us, Vision and Purpose Media Productions. We'll be right back at you.
Hello, my name is Tania McQueen. I'm the Residential Services Manager for Prestige Community Resources.
What our new facilities are respite centers. We're opening 2 in the city right now. Hopefully we'll expand to more. But respite centers are a place where people can come and get a little additional support with their mental health. Our one on Eastern Avenue is for men, and our one on Minnesota Avenue is for women. Our facilities are for all DC residents, especially focusing in on those in Ward 7 and 8. So they're really nice, and I'm excited for consumers to actually see them. What are the services that we're going to provide? Therapy, case management, medication management, all provided by professional staff, a licensed nurse practitioner, psychiatrists, sociologists, social workers, and then our paraprofessionals, our case managers. It's just a place where you can come and get the supports that you need to work on your personal goals, as well as to get your mental health straight. Simple, single adult, 18 years of age or older, a DC resident. You need to have insurance, but if you don't have it, it's okay. Still come, we'll work on getting you insurance. Have to have a negative COVID test, a negative TB test, and be willing to work on your mental health. For more information about respite services, you can contact us at 202-796-5000 or hit us up on our website at www.prestigecommunityresources.org.
Yes, welcome back to B.A.A.D.A.S.S Us. Okay, go ahead on, Belinda. Yes, this is usually your time, but you haven't been here, so I just jumped. Yeah, I just jumped on in. I'm sorry about that. You see, I was like, welcome back to Belinda. All right.
Yes, it's time for our inspirational moment with Marjorie Middleton. She is always here to provide us with some hope, some spiritual guidance, and just a feel-good moment for the rest of the week until we come back again next Tuesday. Marjorie, what you have for us today?
Holding on to your stability and the importance of stability. These days are just so crazy. And some of the things that we were talking about, like people not eating the right foods, people not, taking care of their mental health, we've got to hold on to our stability. And the way we do that is through prayer, reading the word, making sure that you check on your people who are your support system and let them check on you. That's so important. So I'm just going to read the scripture. It's Isaiah 33:6, and it says, "And he will be the stability of your times, Abundance of salvation, wisdom, and knowledge. The fear of the Lord is Zion's treasure. The fear of the Lord is our treasure too. You know, I just think it's so important that we make sure that we take care of our mental health, our physical health, make sure we eat the right foods, make sure that we hang around the right people. All of those things are important. So just make sure that you take care of your stability.
And yes, and as my mom say, and don't let me have to put the fear God up in you, girl. Yeah, I know all y'all remember that saying. Come on now.
Yeah.
I'm the only one around here to know about that one. Yes. No, Marjorie. That was just my own personal joke. I had to get it out. Sorry. You know, I know our inspiration moments, yes, is always real and so true and relatable to everything that we talked about today.
Exactly.
You know, the importance of stability, because I just think Sean proved to us, if you don't take care of yourself, your health, you have no stability.
Right.
You know, you have no stability. And guys, we have to understand it. And it is not, oh, let me die because it's springtime. Let me lose this extra, because you know how we do. We'll go into this thing where we're just seasonal. We'll start working out because it's springtime, the summertime coming. We want to look good and, you know, lose a couple of pounds, or it's about to be the Academy Awards. So they in the boot camp Academy Awards. You know how Hollywood do, but it is a lifestyle change to bring us stability. Because when you look at it from a stability point of view, then it is a part of your lifestyle change, and it's a part of you every day, and not just for a season.
Right. Yeah. I mean, because your health is your wealth. We know that. That's something that's true. And when we think about stability, you know, it doesn't happen overnight. And I think we have to start young, and I think that's one of the main places we need to start is with our children. They really need to start learning those habits earlier so that they can be stable throughout their life and into adulthood.
One of the things that we really take for granted is rest. I know I'm guilty of that, because I might get 3 hours of sleep and get up and go and work 16, 18 hours, you know, and we take that for granted. And a lot of times...
Why are you looking at me? Okay.
Yeah, miss 2 hours. But a lot of times we take that for granted because we are...
And that is my problem.
Not only...
A situation I have to work on. Not a problem. A situation I need to work on.
Because not only are we working long hours, but when you're not eating right, you will suffer from insomnia and all these other things. And then with COVID, you know, the election... George Floyd, everybody got PTSD, you know, and we're suffering, and we don't realize that our mental health is suffering, because insomnia comes a lot of times because you have some issues going on in your head, you know, so it's hard to rest.
And what a lot of people don't know, right, is that that's when the body does the most healing.
Yes,
too.
It does.
So
while
you're resting, that REM level sleep,
that's
when you're really in that deep sleep, and you can really start to rejuvenate your cells, which is also, I'll throw this plug in too. I mentioned earlier about the research from the doctor. Another thing that he said is, you know, don't eat after 5. Now that's a shocker for people. I can eat until 7 or 8 o'clock. Try not eating after 5, because allow your body to process everything before you go to bed.
I must be going to sleep at 6.
I know, right? Because I'll be hungry at that.
Okay. That's for somebody who go to bed at like 6 or 7 o'clock, though, right?
No.
It's about reconditioning. That's what we got to do.
Oh, well, whatever, Marjorie. I'm sitting over there.
No.
We were just talking about how.
But the doctor said don't eat, but he didn't say about you can't drink water.
Well, that's true, but water
don't do nothing but make that stomach and make it growl more, you know. No, I'm just messing. Yeah. Oh no, yes, it does. And then, you know, because I'm one of the ones, I will do that. I hurry up and drink. I heard that, so them potato chips. I will hurry up and drink a glass of water and try to go to sleep before the stomach start growling again, you know, because it's too late to really eat.
Listen, I have my annual physical on Friday, and they told me, well, your last meal until 1 o'clock the next day is what you eat the night before. And I was like, you mean to tell me I got to go all day tomorrow with no food?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in actuality, you know, we aren't supposed to eat the way we eat. We've just been, like you said, we've been conditioned. Our mind has been conditioned to take on so much food. You know, we so used to it, but we're really not supposed to eat that much.
But a lot of times you don't eat until that late anyway.
Yeah.
You don't have the mic.
I'm sorry. A lot of times you don't eat until that late anyway, but when someone tells you you can't eat till 1 o'clock, you be like, oh, wait a minute now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. But you know, that's what, you know, the French people, if you notice, they always say that they much healthier because when you go in France, you get small portion. And then we think it's something wrong because here we so used to the large portions
right.
too.
Yeah.
And so a lot of time it's about our portion control and the choices that we make, but the portion control is everything.
Right, but that's what I was saying about reconditioning. It's just the same as reconditioning children to learn to understand that having counseling is not a bad thing. Not ridiculing people for doing something that's good for themselves. Maybe we didn't grow up with it, but we have to teach younger people. It's about re-educating.
Yep. 100.
Yes, I believe in that. I truly believe in that. So, Rasheen, stability. What's yours?
Stability?
How do you just stay in that stable ground, that stable place of yours? Because I'll tell you.
I don't.
Look, no,
I'm all over the place, to be honest with you.
But you never show it. You know, that's what they always say. When no matter when I see you, you always still the same even keel all the time. So. How do you do it? Because you was saying before the commercial break.
I'm really not. I mean, maybe there's something you see. I mean, I got my ups and downs. There's times when you get super excited. There's times when you have your lows. Yeah, I mean, I'm human. I have those up and downs. Like, you know, one of the reasons I have sought out, you know, seeking mental health assistance.
Wonderful.
You know, is you know, one, it helps you guide, and you never know, you know, some of the things that happen early in life, you know, that can affect the way you are today.
That's right.
Just like we aren't conditioned to eat vegetables, you know, grow our food and all those type of things. If I was conditioned at an early age, I would be a farmer, probably have no health issues, things like that.
Right.
But
and won't need a therapist.
You know, but yeah, I mean, it's something that I think it's one of those goals that we constantly have to work on.
Exactly.
You know, I think one of my professors used to say in college, the day you stop working on yourself is the day you die.
It's true.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. Yes, you had something to say, Belinda?
No, I thought you were going to ask me a question.
Oh, no. Yeah, because I was going to give our guests the last word.
Let me just say, I was going to say, that's one of the things that I mentioned too, is that, you know, sometimes people look like they're okay. And just because they look like they're okay does not mean that they are
okay.
So we have to check on our support system and allow them to check on us.
Yes.
I mean, we all have jobs that we are supposed to appear professional. So in appearing professional, you take that wherever you go. And people think you're okay when maybe you're not.
So yes, and you know, and that is true because, you know, if I don't tell you, you never know what someone is going through. But
I think it's nothing wrong. Not to cut you off, but I don't think it's nothing wrong with us to get into the habit of asking.
Yes.
Are you okay?
Yes.
And then to receive and being open to receive the response.
And ask if you're okay without doing it because you being nosy. Last word. I'm giving you the last word.
Oh no, I mean, this has been great. I think you know, we all have to do a self-analysis, figure out where we are right now, where you are right now. You know, we always want to wait until the beginning of the year to set a New Year's resolution, but don't wait. Do it now. Say, you know what am I going to do starting tomorrow? Don't put it off because, listen, tomorrow not promised to you. You know, and they say, what's that saying? It says, you eat an elephant one bite at a time.
Yes, I love that. Yes, and that's just the elephant, the vegan elephant now. And you heard it here first. So B.A.A.D.S.S Us. B.A.A.D.S.S Us, Real Talk here on Vision and Purpose Media Production. We see you on the other side. Bye-bye.
See y'all later.